So you guys want poker in Red Dead Online? Well, I do too, and that's exactly what we're going to be talking about in today's video. So if you guys want to see poker added to Red Dead Online, make sure you drop a like on the video. Comment down below any feedback you guys have for Rockstar or thoughts on poker being added into Red Dead Online or any troubles that come along with that. And besides that, subscribe to the channel, and let's get this video rolling. So as many of you all know, poker is in Red Dead Redemption 2 story mode, but not currently in Red Dead Online, and I think there's a few factors or things that are holding it back from being added into Red Dead Online currently, which we're going to discuss in this video, and hopefully as a group come together with some great feedback to give to Rockstar, because there's some things that I'm not even sure about, but hopefully you guys in the comments can add in all your knowledge all together, and we can pretty much come to a conclusion of what to expect. So before we get started, the main topics that I want to touch on in this video are why poker would be good to add to Red Dead Online, what it would bring to the table, some possible difficulties or reasons why it's currently not being added, such as players cheating, exploiting it, or on top of that, legal issues, which we're going to touch base on, and at the end we'll do an overall recap of everything, and that will be it. But let's start with the first category. Why would it be good? Well, it will be good because it adds content to the game. Obviously, all content is pretty much good content for the most part. Now, recently we received some pretty lackluster updates from Red Dead Online, such as pretty much the only content actually added was Gun Rush, which was not taken too greatly by the community. I myself did not enjoy it that much as well. And on a lot of these posts, such as on Twitter, whenever Rockstar posts a new update, a lot of the comments are like, can you just add poker? Can you just add this? We'll be happy you could hold us off with poker instead of giving us these 5 gold bars, yada yada yada, which I agree. Poker would be great, and I think people would love it. Now, on top of simply the content of poker being added into Red Dead Online and giving players something extra to do, which is I could sit down and play poker for like an hour straight and not be bored. It adds a great change of pace into the game. If you're going around doing a bunch of killing, then you sit down, have a relaxing game of poker, and that's a great way for you to switch up the type of playstyle you're doing while playing Red Dead Online. But on top of that, I think it would add a great value to the economic system or the economy of Red Dead Online, giving players more incentive to earn money. Let's say you do poker, you go broke, you lose all your money. Now they have to go out, hunt, earn some more money, play other game modes, do other missions to make money. It gives players an incentive to go out and do other things in the game, all revolving around the economy. And who knows, maybe down the line there'll be tournaments, there'll be leaderboards, which I think would add a great little aspect to Red Dead Online and have like its own little community. The people that just play poker all the time, I'm sure there will be a lot of those people, because I know for a fact in story mode there is people that play hours and hours of poker, which I can't blame them. I can't blame them. It can be pretty addictive, especially when you're winning, and especially when it's in an online setting. Because as we all know, playing against NPCs is one thing, but playing against real players and taking their money, that's a whole lot more fun than versus just computers. But with all that being said, now let's move on to the possible issues or things that are holding it back from being added to Red Dead Online. Because as we know, the whole system of it is already here. They would pretty much just have to add a matchmaking aspect to it, I would believe. I would think it would either be kind of like a game mode where you open up your menu and you click into it, kind of like Showdown, or it'll be a server-based thing where you go to your, let's say, Valentine, where we're at right now. You'll go to a table, join in on a game. It'll probably be either one of those two ways. But either way, we don't know which is going to be, so we're not going to get too deep into that. But let's discuss some of the possible issues with it, or things that Rockstar is working on, which is taking so long for it to be added. So before we touch base on the legal issues, let's talk about the game mechanics and other players exploiting the poker games in Red Dead Online. So the first one would be is players intentionally DCing during a game. Let's say they bet, because for example, let's say with the awards and challenges, you know, when you guys complete an award in Red Dead Online, you get XP and money for it. Now if you quit your game exactly when you complete that award, you'll still get the money and whatnot from it, but it won't complete the award. If I don't know if I explained that correctly or in a good way, but I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. So let's say you either win or lose a hand in the poker game, and the player who either won or lost closes his PS4 to manipulate the outcome of it, to either keep the money or to not lose his money that they bet, but the other player still has to deal with the consequences that they received, the person that did not leave the game. Now that might be a terrible explanation. I'm not sure if that even made sense, but try to understand what I'm saying here. Now, what do you guys think if that would even be an issue in Red Dead Online, or if there's a way to fix that? Because it would have to be a similar fix to fixing the pretty much the exploit with online award system. But just some thoughts to go around. That's about the only mechanical issues that I can think of regarding poker being added to Red Dead Online. Make sure you guys comment down below any other future ones you guys think would be of issues, and comment down your solution to them as well, because with every issue, there's always a solution. We just got to think of what it is and make sure that you guys are using this web page. It's the feedback page for Red Dead Online Beta. You can pretty much come here, give any future suggestions for future content or feedback for current content or bugs/technical issues. You would either go to one of these sections and it breaks it down into categories. Very simple. So that is pretty much what the purpose of this video is as well, is to provide some great feedback from Rockstar, from the conversation that is going to go on in the comment section after this video is released. Because as you all know, many minds is greater than one mind. As you can see, my mind is probably, yeah, you guys are probably, some of you guys are probably a lot smarter than me. You could even just, I know, I'm not the smartest, all right? I'm just put it out there. I'm not the smartest, but it is what it is. So hopefully if we combine all of our, knowledge power together, we can come to some great conclusions and great feedback to give regarding the online poker issue and topic in general, and speed up the whole process, and maybe we could see it sooner than expected. So I'll be sure to leave the link down to this feedback page in the comment section down below, so you guys can go ahead and do that. And myself, after reading the comments in this video, I'll get together a nice little paragraph and give some feedback to Rockstar on top of this. Now this brings us into the next topic regarding poker and Red Dead Online, which may or may not be a issue. I just wanted to bring it up, and maybe we can clear this up in the comments, because I am not myself. I'm not no legal expert. I don't know much about the law, but I have a general understanding of some things that may be an issue. Now in this article on US Today, it's called "How Much for a Can of Beans? Red Dead Online's Virtual World Grapples with Real Economic Problems." It was posted on December 7th, so not too long ago. And it pretty much touches base on the whole economy of Red Dead Online, comparing real-life old prices to the in-game prices and seeing how they compare with each other. So actually pretty cool. But if we go down farther in the article, they start talking about microtransactions and the effects that microtransactions have on games, such as, random loot boxes where you buy a box and, you get something random out of it. It's usually something garbage, and there's like 1 in 100 chance they could get something decent. I personally, I love and hate loot boxes. When you get something good from a loot box, you're like, oh yeah, I got something super rare. And most of the times you don't get anything. So it's pretty scummy to add loot boxes into a game, but they can be addictive if you have the money to buy them. But I do not want to see them added to Red Dead Online. Not at all. I'm just giving my opinion on them in general. But anyways, got a little sidetrack there. That's not what we're here to talk about. If we look at this paragraph right here, it says the injection of real money into virtual worlds has created significant financial, ethical, and legal dilemmas for game makers. Red Dead Online players suspect that the online version has 2 systems of currency, which we don't suspect anymore. We know for a fact. There's dollars and gold bars. The latter, which are extremely difficult to accumulate and will likely be purchasable through microtransactions, so that poker and blackjack can be introduced into online play without the developers being accused of establishing an illegal gambling platform. Now this is one of the issues that came to my mind when I thought about poker being added into Red Dead Online, because I was like, well, this could be a problem if there is microtransactions and gold bars starting getting mixed in with in-game money. I could see that as a problem, but as I know of right now, there's no way to convert gold bars into actual in-game currency. Now you can buy guns and whatnot with the gold bars, but I don't think you can actually turn the gold bars into money. I don't think you can buy stuff with the gold bars and then sell them back for in-game money. I don't really know if that works that way. So maybe that won't be an issue at all as long as they keep gold bars out of online poker. Now, with that being said, the question of, is online poker legal in the United States? Well, yes, it is. If you look here, I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me see if I can scroll in a little more. Yes, online poker is legal in the United States on an individual level. Now, I'm not really too sure what that means exactly. Like I said, I'm not too familiar with the whole legal system and whatnot. So let me know in the comments what exactly that means. But anyways, it says it's certainly not illegal federally, despite many misleading statements over the years from government officials and those in favor of online gambling prohibition. But it can get a little tricky on the state level. Most states don't have laws against online gambling, but in some states, such as Washington State, online gambling is a felony offense. Citizens can even be prosecuted for simply having online poker software on their computers, states, blah, blah, blah. So basically, online gambling is legal in the United States on a federal level, but as you know, when state laws get mixed into things get a little sticky or a little tricky, so depending on your state, it can be illegal. So I can see how Adding poker into an online game can bring up a lot of challenges and obstacles that Rockstar would have to avoid. First off, they'll have to make sure that real money does not get involved into it whatsoever, and I think that would help them avoid a large chunk of problems that could come from adding poker into Red Dead Online. And on top of that, you have to be a legal age to gamble. I believe it's like, I think it depends on the state, but it's either 21 or 18, depending on where you live. So that as well could be an issue. As you know, there is a young audience that does play Red Dead Online, so they probably would want to avoid that at all costs as well. But either way, I don't want to dig too deep into the legal part of things, as I'm not well versed in it, so I don't really feel too comfortable speaking on legal matters regarding it. But I'll leave you guys to have an open discussion about it in the comments section. Maybe we can get some more people that know actually what they're talking about it when it comes to the legal side of things. But either way, I myself really hope to see poker added into Red Dead Online, as it was a widely asked thing. And let's be honest, there's some poker games out there currently online that have a huge amount of players playing it every single day. So poker is a very, very big thing, and it has a very large online community. So I do think if it is added into Red Dead Online, it will have a great benefit on the game, and a lot of more players would come back to Red Dead Online and have a greater experience. I think it would just add a wide variety of different aspects into the economy of Red Dead Online. But with all that being said, hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you drop a like on that video. Comment down below your feedback, guys. Make sure you do that, because that was pretty much the sole purpose of this video, is to get your guys' feedback and thoughts on poker being added into Red Dead Online. But other than that, guys, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you all next time for a brand new video. Peace.